In March of 2026, Jeff Webb, the man who basically invented modern cheerleading and turned it into a global multi-billion-dollar empire, died at the age of 76. The official story is that he had a freak accident while playing pickleball. He reportedly fell, hit his head, and suffered a severe injury. After being rushed to the hospital and put on life support, his family made the agonizing decision to let him go nearly 2 weeks later. It's a tragic but seemingly straightforward story. But how does a simple fall in a pretty low impact sport lead to the death of a titan of industry? With a man this powerful, some people are starting to ask, was it just a random tragic accident? Or is it there's something more to the story? To get why Jeff Webb's death is such a big deal, you first have to understand the kingdom he built. Before Webb, cheerleading was mostly just students on the sidelines with megaphones. But Webb, a former college Yale leader himself, saw something much bigger. In 1974, he founded the Universal Cheerleaders Association, UCA, and its parent company, Varsity Spirit. He's the one who introduced professional training camps and high-stakes competitions, eventually building a near monopoly on everything from the uniforms to the pom-poms. He earned the nickname the John D. Rockefeller with glitter. For a reason. At its height, his company Varsity Brands had a lock on the entire cheerleading market. In 2018, the company was sold to a private equity firm for a jaw-dropping $2.5 billion. Webb didn't just start a business, he created a sport, an industry, and a culture that reached millions, even helping get cheerleading provisionally recognized by the Olympics. This wasn't just some guy who died. It was the king of a massive and very profitable empire. The official narrative is simple and shocking. In mid-March 2026, Webb was playing pickleball, a sport he picked up in his later years. During a game, he took a fall that led to a severe head injury. He was hospitalized, but the trauma was too severe, and he passed away on March 19th. Friends, family, and the global cheerleading community mourned the loss of a true visionary. Varsity Spirit rightfully called him the founder of modern cheerleading, whose impact will inspire generations to come. A tragic accident and a sad end to an incredible life. But that's not where the story stops for some people. The simple explanation of a freak accident has left a void that the internet is rushing to fill. Before we get into that, if you find yourself fascinated by stories where things might not be exactly as they seem, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe. The first thing that has people talking is the accident itself. While a fall can happen to anyone, dying from a pickleball game is incredibly rare. Reports have been very consistent but also very vague, using the same exact phrases: a fall, a severe head injury, and a tragic accident. For a man of Webb's public stature, that lack of specific detail from official sources creates a vacuum, and speculation loves a vacuum. And that's where the second, much more complicated part of this story comes in. Webb's political life. Beyond the cheerleading world, Jeff Webb was a powerful figure in conservative circles. He was an early and important mentor to Charlie Kirk, the founder of Turning Point USA, who was assassinated in 2025. Having friends in high places can sometimes mean you have enemies there too. This connection has fueled an online narrative that his death might not have been so random. The idea was thrown into the spotlight by commentators like Zeke Uger of the Young Turks, who called the death a freak pickleball accident, an incredible, strange coincidence. In a post that got millions of views, he said, "I don't know what happened, but I don't think this is perfectly normal." While outlets like Town Hall has blasted these as insane theories, it shows a growing public skepticism when powerful people die in unusual ways. So where does that leave us? On one hand, you have the official story. A 76-year-old man had a tragic and unfortunate fall. On the other hand, you have the death of a powerful billionaire with deep and sometimes controversial political connections. Under circumstances that may find just a little too weird, it's the story of a man who built an empire from scratch, only to have his life end in a way that seems almost too simple. Was Jeff Webb's death a one in a million tragedy on the pickleball court? Or, as a growing number of people are wondering, is there more to the story that we're not being told? What do y'all believe happened to Jeff Webb? Let me know your theories down in the comments below, respectfully. And if you want to see more deep dives into mysterious cases like this one, make sure you subscribe and turn on that notification bell.